Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to the Mike Prince Show live here from the OpenMic Broadcast Network. We got a lot to talk about. AFC, NFC, the matches are settled. So now it's all about who will be what in a couple of weeks down in Miami. Prairie View A&M University Panthers take care of business on the night, or should I say on last night. Both the men and the women victorious over the Grambling State Tigers. We'll hear from Coach Byron Smith later on tonight. And on the high school circuit, Waller basketball program under the leadership of Nikesha Durham. Women went to Brenham, Texas, take care of the Cubs by the score of 89-53. We'll have her on here at the top half of the show. Well, the Packers losing kind of blew my conspiracy theory right out of the water. I thought that Old Man Rodgers and company would have found a way to win to make it Kansas City, Green Bay in the Super Bowl. I figured since this was the 100th anniversary and the historical value on that maybe Kansas City and Green Bay could reunite for the 100th year of football to celebrate the first ever Super Bowl between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. But that theory is blown out of the water. Aaron Rodgers looked confused, frustrated. Garoppolo really, all he had to do was hand the ball off tonight because no matter what the 49ers ran, the Packers had no answer. Richard Sherman was able to redeem himself after giving up the big play, got the interception off of Rodgers, so I'm pretty sure his post-game interview is going to be off the chain. Yeah, I messed up, but I redeemed myself, baby. I'm still the best. Go Mob, Brother Sherman, go Mob. Meanwhile, on the AFC side of things, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Mayhem Magic. Not the Mayhem. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The young gun out of Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes. Young man is on fire. The real deal. I don't even know what else to say about the brother. He's all that and a bag of chips. So now the question is, who do you have in the Super Bowl? I think it's a little too early for me to make my pick. I got to kind of weigh out some things. Not that my professional analytics are all that. I mean, my picks are okay. I picked the Packers to win. They came up short, but I did pick the Kansas City Chiefs to win, and at least I was 4 for 4 last weekend. It was just the wild card weekend. I was all over the place. But nonetheless, the stage is set, and we'll see how all of that works out. Meanwhile, as we're coming toward the end of the NFL season, look, there's a bird, there's a plane. No, it's the XFL. They'll be kicking off February the 8th. Super Bowl is February 2nd. XFL kicks off February the 8th. And I am really excited to see how this is going to work out. I like some of the rules that they've incorporated. They have the 1, 2, or 3-point options on the point after touchdown. I think that's going to add a different sort of strategy to it. And they've adopted one of the collegiate rules as far as a complete pass. You only need 1 foot in bounds. And I think that is pretty cool, too. You know, you could really literally have 1 foot out of bounds. You can't advance it, but you can complete the catch. And they were saying that design was actually to help cut down on injuries. So it's a whole lot going on in a short time to get her done. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will hear from our first guest on tonight, head basketball coach of the Waller Lady Bulldogs, Coach Nikesha Durham. We want to welcome to the broadcast family the Brazos Valley Credit Union. Several locations to serve you. Bryan, College Station, Katy, Brenham, and the newest location located right here in Waller, Texas. We're going to take us a break, and when we come back, we'll have our first guest on the line, head coach Nikesha Durham. You listen to the Mike Prince Show right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Keep it where you got it, and we will be right back. I promise.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
This broadcast has been made possible by the support of the Prairie View Athletic Club. The Prairie View Athletic Club is a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics. For more information on becoming a member of the Prairie View Athletic Club, send your email to pvathletic.club@gmail.com. That email address again is pvathletic.club@gmail.com. Prairie View Athletic Club, a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics.
Are you one of the many Americans that deal with the effects of diabetes? Diva Skin Conditioner could be the remedy that you need. Diva Skin Conditioner is a formulation that was designed with you in mind. Diva Skin Conditioner comes with a money-back guarantee. That's how confident they are in their product. For more information, visit divafeet.com. That's DIVAH feet.com. Or you can speak with a representative by dialing 903-270-0026. Let's face it, from time to time, we'll have a need for an attorney, whether it's the case of a DUI, DWI, or any other circumstances that would find you on the other side of the law. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Austin Street, is the one to call. Attorney Lee Van Richardson and his staff are equipped to help you get through your legal battles. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, 979-826-8008 in Hempstead, Texas. And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show, live Sunday night action. San Francisco 49ers taking care of business. And our first guest on tonight, she professes to be a huge 49ers fan. But right now we're going to talk about these Lady Bulldogs taking care of business against the rival. They're down, but it doesn't matter. We still took care of the rivals, that of the Brenham Cubs. We're going to introduce to some and present to others Coach Nikesha Durham. Coach, how you doing tonight?
Great. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on.
All right. Thank you for making your way. Let's get it out of the way right now. I know you were nervous when it looked like Aaron Rodgers was getting ready to make that comeback, but your boys hold it off, right?
Well, yes. I mean, but the thing about it is you can never count the great Aaron Rodgers out. I felt like there was some places in the game where I felt like we probably should have been a little bit more aggressive in the second half. But, basically after he threw that pick, it was over. So I'm definitely relieved. Yeah, and Brother Sherman gets to redeem himself. I'd say I could hear him now at the podium. I'm still the best. Well, that is definitely arguable. I think if there's any weak point or weak spot in the San Francisco defense, I would like for our secondary to be a little tighter. But we get so much pressure up front, and I'm saying we like I'm a coach, but we get so much pressure up front, it really kind of helps that secondary out a lot. So next week or in 2 weeks, we're really going to see how good that secondary is. Well, we're going to see. And look, you are a coach. You're coaching women's basketball on the high school circuit with the Waller Bulldogs. You go down the road and put a pretty sound beating
on the Brenham Cubs, 89-53. If you can, Coach, give us a recap on Friday night's action.
Well, offensively, we were clicking pretty well. The freshman, Deasia Thomas, the freshman, had a really great game. Layla Blair was really cooking from the three-point line. If I'm not mistaken, she was like 6 of 8 from the three-point line. And then just we were able to penetrate their zones. They actually threw quite a few looks defensively at us, and we really didn't falter. So we got going on the offensive end. Defensively, I would have liked for us to be a little bit better. Our goal was to keep Brenham under 40 points for the night. I feel like in our district, if you can keep teams at 40 or less, you really give yourself a really great opportunity to win. So offensively, we were great. Defensively, we got some things that we got to work on and clean up.
Okay, and being the coach, always on the clock, it's never a complete game, I guess, until you get a championship, and then you can kind of question some things that you could have done better there. When we talk about the makeup of your squad, of course, we know the attention grabber is Miss Layla Blair, and she is worth the price of admission. But you got a pretty good nucleus that's surrounding her to help her get some things done, right?
Absolutely. In this game, if you have a big man, that almost elevates you against most of your opponents. And I have the freshman, Deasia Thomas, who's 6'2", but she's really not a center. She's more of a forward. She's kind of that millennial center, if you will. She can handle the ball. She can shoot the three, and she can pass the ball. And then I have Kaylin Peters, who is a returning starter. She's a sophomore. And really, she's one of the most underrated passers in our district. And I think that as we go into the second round, we're going to make some adjustments to where she's going to be handling the ball a whole lot more and facilitating more of our offense. And that will give Layla more of an opportunity to run off picks and kind of divert the defense's attention. So that's a great nucleus. We've got Ashanti Wilson, who is also another returning starter. She's a junior, undersized post, but she's so quick. She's leading our team in steals. Well, actually, I can't say leading. She is right behind Layla. And so that has been our nucleus, that has really carried us over. We have Savannah Stowers, who is new to varsity, but her shooting percentages, she's shooting over 50% from the floor. And so as we head into the second round of district, one of the biggest things we want to do for her is to get her more looks. So we've got a great core, but I would have to say the big three, Kaylin Peters, Deasia Thomas, and Layla Blair, they have really carried much of the workload throughout the season.
We're speaking live right now with head basketball coach of the Waller Bulldogs, and that's Coach Nikesha Durham. The Bulldogs increased their overall record to 17-6, which is nothing to shake a leg at. And when you look at this thing and break it down, Coach, you're 3-3 in district play, but you got some pretty stiff competition in this district that we're looking at right now.
Yes, sir. And we're 4-3. Just finished the first round.
That's right. I'm sorry. My max prep failed me.
Yes, sir. But honestly, and I'm not saying it because we're in the district, but when you look at a lot of the polls, and you look at, we have a lot of times in most of the polls, we have 4 teams that are in the top 25 throughout the state. And so it is my belief that we have been and are still in one of the toughest districts in the state, not only in the region, but in the state. If you look at the playoffs last year, we matched up with the district that had like Willis in it, and basically all 4 of our teams won our first round game. 3 out of the 4 that advanced won the second round, and basically there was 2 teams that matched up in the regional semis and had to knock each other out for an opportunity to go to state. So it's a really tough district, and on any given night, anybody could lose. So and it makes it fun, it makes it competitive, and so we're looking to steal some games. We have the majority of our tough games at home the second round, so we're hoping that we can take care of business in our building and then put ourselves in a position to head back to the playoffs.
Well, that journey is going to begin on Tuesday night. On the 21st, you'll play Magnolia at Magnolia. But then on Friday, you have the tall task of taking on Rudder. And Rudder right now sits on top of the district. And the game we last covered for the ladies, you took on College Station. I got to be honest with you, Coach. They surprised me with how quick and tough they were defensively.
We knew that is their strength. They use their presses, full court traps, half court traps, three quarters, to basically disturb what you want to do offensively. And what their recipe is, they want to speed you up to get you out of any type of continuity. And when they played us at home, I have to say we fell into that trap. And we got away from our game plan. And just after we did that, they basically had their way with us. So it's for College Station, it's not necessarily that they have any standout players. It's the consistent pressure that they place all over the floor. And they do a really good job, again, of trying to disturb any type of continuity that your team is used to. So, and they are well coached, and they don't give up. They can shoot the ball from the outside. So they're one of those things. They're a complete team, and they kind of fly under the radar. But I've been watching them the entire season, had gotten several tapes, had been to watch them a couple of times, so I knew what to expect coming in last week, the week before last.
I'm going to give some of that credit to our girls with just still somewhat lethargic coming back off the break. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, we definitely we just had a bad week. In that same week, we faced Magnolia West, and it was kind of something of the same. We were pretty much we had lost to Rudder before heading into the break, and then we went over to Duncanville and faced some stiff competition. And it's just kind of we kind of ran into some things that we need to make adjustments, and most teams are making those types of adjustments at the beginning of the year. And we were in the midst of having to make adjustments in the middle of our season, right as we were heading into district. So, it's just kind of one of those things that happened, but I feel like, we've grown from it. Kids had to mature. And there's another thing, too. When you win 15, 16 games in a row, you sometimes, your mentality as players change. And so now we had to just kind of get back to our roots and play as if every play matters, every game matters. And I think that we turned the corner. And we're really looking forward to this week as we face Magnolia and then again Rudder on Friday.
We're speaking once again with Coach Nikesha Durham, head, almost said volleyball coach, but head basketball coach for the Waller Bulldogs. Now, Coach, you made a mention when you said returning back to your roots. Some people that are listening might not be familiar, but you coaching the Bulldogs is a sense of you returning back to your roots, right?
Yes, sir. Over in, I think it was 2002, I had my first head coaching experience at Waller. And then, and that was in those 3 years, got an opportunity to really grow the program. We had winning records. We lost out 2 years in a row in play-in games to get to the playoffs. So we were definitely trending upwards. But then I had an opportunity to become a coordinator at Stafford. And I went there for 10 years, but it was always in the back of my mind to be able to come home and basically give back through girls basketball everything that the athletic program at Waller had given to me. So it is a joy to be home. It's even more of a joy to have some success. But at the end of the day, it's not about the wins and losses. It's about the opportunity to touch young ladies' lives, and to help them become, or just give them the tools and help sharpen the tools that they will need to be productive citizens of their communities. And I think that's the greatest job that I can do. No championship, although I would love to win one. I think it's an ongoing process just to be able to touch the young lives of children. And that is a part of the legacy that I would love to leave at Waller.
Well, I think you're off and well running to doing that and some. And I do know, we love teaching and building and molding these young minds, but it helps when they do win and experience the taste of victory more than the agony of defeat, even though you learn a lot from losing in adverse situations. But it's a little bit refreshing to be able to say, yeah, we won more than we lost when we played. And it helps spill out as they become young adults in society. Coach, you're doing an outstanding job, and I want to thank you for allowing us to tag along and broadcast the games and do what we do. It's a labor of love for us, and it's something that the community rallies around, and you guys are doing an outstanding job.
Well, thank you, Mr. Prince. I appreciate it. I know that whenever we go to other gyms and I see their broadcast groups broadcasting their games, it's something that I've always wanted, and I appreciate the job that you do and getting us out into the community, because that can be a difficult task. So I appreciate looking up in the bleachers and seeing you up there or scrolling through social media and able to download the broadcast and listen to them. So just keep doing what you're doing, because it is appreciated.
Well, I appreciate that to the utmost. It is a labor of love. As we say all the time, what we do for these kiddos is like investing in yourself, because when I'm sitting up in a nursing home, maybe somebody might remember me broadcasting the game and they'll come and give me a little bit of rice pudding or something. What you think?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, Coach Nikesha Durham and the Bulldogs, in the thick of things, 3-3 in district play, have some trees to chop down, beginning with Magnolia on Tuesday night at Magnolia. We'll give you those halftime updates and the final update as we give you the men's broadcast live from Waller Gymnasium. Coach, any last thoughts or comments you want to have as we get ready to phase this segment out?
Well, I would encourage the community to come on out to the games. Both the girls and boys basketball teams are exciting to watch. And the boost that our kids get from being able to look into the stands and see people coming out to support them, it's something special. They don't say it, but the things that I hear the kids say, did you see how many people were in the gym? So that will be my parting words, that, we have approximately 8 home games left between the boys and girls basketball teams, and there'll be somebody playing every Tuesday and Friday for the next 6 weeks. So that's my thing. If the community will just come on out and support, you won't be disappointed. You're guaranteed to see a good contest.
Absolutely. And in case you can't make it, you can always listen to our live broadcast here at the OpenMic Broadcast Network, or catch us on the rebound by way of the OpenMic Broadcast Network, by way of Spreaker or obnradio.com. We are going to take us a break, and we'll come back with more of tonight's action here on the Mike Prince Show. The 49ers in Kansas City on their way to the Super Bowl. Who you got winning? I know who Coach got, but we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. You listen to the Mike Prince Show right here at the OpenMic Broadcast Network.
Hey, my name is Nikki Antwine, owner of Miracles and Blessings Salon and Spa out in Missouri City, Texas. And I just want to say I love listening to Mike Prince on the OpenMic Broadcast Network.
Hey, Mike. Just wanted to take time to truly and greatly appreciate you. I think that the stuff that you do is very underrated and unappreciated sometimes. I do believe that your love for HBCU and Prairie View is very, very, very generous. And I just wanted to take the time to appreciate that. In the words of Director of Alumni Affairs, Billy Davis, and I quote, he's mentioned before that it's our job as alumni to protect and uphold the university. And I'm one that's strictly facts driven. And I believe that, when we're able to get the facts and not so much opinionated messages, clear cut facts, holding people responsible and accountable for their actions, I believe that there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because we all love Prairie View, and we want to protect our university and keep it at its highest standards and continue to improve it day in and day out. No exceptions to nobody. And I think that the things that you do is very appreciative from my perspective. I just want to encourage you to keep things going, keep things rolling. We support you, keep it going, keep putting out the facts out there, and again, we'll continue to support you as other alumni do. Thank you. Have a great day.
This is Sean LaBeouf, assistant women's basketball coach at Prairie View A&M University. Final score of Prairie View 67, Grambling 54. Leading scorers, Keasia Williams, 16 points, 9 rebounds. Bernicia Peters, 16.4 rebounds. We will be back in action on Monday at Jackson State.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show Live Sunday night edition. I want to thank our first guest, Miss Nikesha Durham, head basketball coach of the Waller Lady Bulldogs, 3-3 in district play. Now we're going to transition and take a flight a little bit higher. Men's basketball program staying hot, rebounding with the big win over the Grambling State Tigers. We now have on the line with us head basketball coach Byron Smith. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm doing well, Mike, and yourself?
Man, I cannot complain. Got a chance to peek and check you guys out, women and men taking care of business. You just heard the women's basketball report. Both teams now getting nestled in as they get ready to take on a hostile Jackson State group from both the men and the women's side. But before we get into that, Coach, give us a recap of Saturday night's performance.
I thought it was a good performance, Mike. We came out ready to play. We're obviously disappointed that we didn't take care of business against Texas Southern, which we felt like we should have. But that's a sign of a strong team when you can, move on away from that, put that behind you, move on to the next opponent, which was a very tough Grambling State team. It was very, very difficult to beat, very tough road trip, Grambling and Jackson. But I thought we came out and really guarded their players, guarded all their actions, and got off to a really good start. I think our defense dictated our offense, and we got ourselves going. And some guys hit some shots. Chancellor Ellis came out and hit some shots. Obviously, Gerard Andrews was very hot and got us going. So that was a total team effort. All guys that played contributed. Total team effort. Guys were locked in, bought in, and the outcome was in Prairie View's favor, which is what we all want, right?
Absolutely, that's what we're rooting for, brother. PVU. Now, I personally, Coach, and I think you know me well enough. I stress team efforts, defense, free throws, rebounding. But Andrews had a monstrous night on Saturday night, did he not?
He did. I think right now, he's probably not the best. He's one of the top 2 or 3 players in our league right now. I think Patterson gets a lot of the headlines, and deservedly so. But Andrews has been our guy, and he's been a picture of consistency. He's all about doing the right things. He's our hardest worker. Great attitude. He's all about, what's on the front of the jersey and not what's on the back. So very proud of him, and he's leading us right now, and I hope that will continue.
We're speaking right now with Coach Byron Smith of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. They take care of business in Ruston, Louisiana, around the old neck of the woods, huh, Coach?
Absolutely, yeah. right down the road, man. That's definitely real close to home for me. Yes, sir.
It's always good to come back home and kick up a little dust and come back with the win, huh?
Absolutely. I had a lot of family and friends there last night, so it's always special whenever you can go back home or near home and play, and then have the support of your family and friends from years back. So definitely was a special night for not only the program but for me as well.
Now, Coach, let me ask you this. We play the Sunday, Monday format, and sometimes you can get caught up in getting prepared for that Saturday opponent that the Monday opponent can almost sneak up on you. How do you deal with that?
Well, we know that on any given night in this league, Mike, we can win. I mean, we feel very good about our chances of beating everybody on our schedule. But I also tell our players in the world that anyone on our schedule and everyone on our schedule can beat us. So you're right. So it's kind of tough. You don't want to think about the next game. You got to think. Well, you think about the next game. You don't think about the game after that you have to play. But you do have to prepare in a short amount of time for 2 teams. But what we try to focus on is doing doing the same things, each and every night, which is defending and rebounding and being unselfish on offense. And those are things that we put a lot of time into our preparation, mental and physical preparation. And I think that if we can do that, if we can come out and play the way we need to play, Mike, the way we're capable of playing, we feel very, very, very confident that we will be able to take care of our schedule. But obviously, everybody wants to on a road trip. They want to win both games, but obviously a split very, very important. You know what I mean? And a road trip like this one is very, very tough. But we feel very confident that we got the type of maturity, we got the type of senior leadership, we got the type of experience, and a lot of guys coming back from the championship team that we know how to go on the road and take care of business and win the first game, which was Grambling last night, which we did. But quickly transitioned over in our mindset to be on a totally different style of play from Jackson State. So I feel very good about our chances. It's all about us. It's not about Jackson. It's about what we do. And if we do what we do, we feel very good that we can be successful.
All right, we're talking again with Coach Byron Smith of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Panthers win on the road against Grambling State. Now, even though the game against Texas Southern was at Texas Southern, I almost treated that like a home game. So my mindset is we got to win these two to kind of get the upper leg, if that makes any sense, leading into tomorrow's contest.
Yeah, we obviously want to win all of them, Mike. But you're right; these two are important because they're the next two. And I think right now, we're tied right now for first place and being top of the ladder, which we expect to. But again, we do have to take care of business, and these games are winnable games, and we just have to go out and do what we do best and try to do it at the highest level for 40 minutes. And obviously, I think the rest will take care of itself. Now,
this is just me talking, and I don't want anybody that's going to be listening to this to say Coach Byron Smith said. This is Mike Prince saying this. When it comes back to that Saturday, Monday opponent, my little way of thinking things. Okay, I got to prepare for this team, but as you said, we got to do us, and so I'm just going to go out there and play my game. If I play my game, I feel like I can match up with anybody, regardless if I have 50 hours to prepare for them or 50 minutes to prepare for them, and not to the degree of pickup game, but it's almost like playing pickup game. You don't go out there to play unless you think you can play, right?
Absolutely, and again, it's a strong league, strong teams. All these teams are trying to win. These coaches are coaching the way that they're supposed to, putting everything into it. But again, Mike, we have to scout teams and we have to know what they want to do, their strengths and weaknesses and things like that. But I think Prairie View, we put more into us and focusing on us, obviously, playing with great enthusiasm, energy, effort, and toughness, and our preparation, approach, and our execution. Those are the pillars of our program, and I think it's been really good. We've got 10 guys on this trip, and everybody's kind of bought in, and it's a family environment right now. So I think we're getting ready to really start playing some of our best basketball. I've been fairly pleased with the non-conference. Even though the record doesn't indicate who we are, and I've been fairly pleased. I think we kind of let one slip on last Saturday night over Texas Southern, but we'll make up for that. But I like our team. I like where we are, and we just got to go out, man, and just not take anyone for granted, take anyone lightly. Play like our back is against the wall. Like it's a must perform a game for us, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to come out both barrels loaded and really get after these guys tomorrow night.
Now, Coach, what are going to be some of your keys as far as trying to minimize what Grambling likes to do? So I guess you can tell us, what do they like to do, and how do you see that you match up against what their strengths are?
Well, Jackson is a defensive-oriented team. They don't score a lot. They have not to this point been a great offensive team. They don't shoot the ball very well, but they master on, if they can't score, they don't want to let you score. They're a stingy defensive team. They're always at the top of the league and defending. So we're going to have to speed it up a little bit. Last year we came over here after playing them at our place the first time, and we needed a three-point shot with about 10 seconds to go from Dennis Jones, of all people, to beat them at our place. And then we came over here, and we really were able to get, I think the score at our place was 53 to 50, 54, 52, something like that, 55, 50. But we came over here, and we really were able to get after them and speed the game up. So it's to our advantage to not play a slow down game. I think that favors Jackson. But if we can kind of get up, get the scoring up a little bit, get out and run a little bit in transition, that definitely favors us. We got to defend their action. They're really, really good. They got a couple of jumping jacks. They can really get to the glass and can dominate you there. So we got to do a great job of defending, keeping guys in front of us, and keeping these guys off the glass and limiting their second and third scoring opportunities. If we can box these guys out and win the rebounding war and get out and run a little bit, speed the game up a little bit, I think it definitely favors us.
Okay, so when you say run, am I expecting or should we be expecting a high-scoring contest in this one?
Well, if I had my way, I'd like it to be higher scoring than it was last night's game, 64-57 against Grambling. But it's hard to predict offense. I think you can predict defense and rebounding. You have a lot more control over guarding people and getting to the glass. But, obviously putting the ball in the basket, that's a skill. I mean, that's the toughest skill that you have. So I would like for us to get out and push it and push the tempo and try to get the numbers up. But the ball's got to go in the basket. That comes down to us putting it in the basket. But I definitely want to try to play a faster style of play than what Jackson is used to.
We're talking right now with Coach Byron Smith, head basketball coach of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers in Jackson, Mississippi, as we speak, getting ready to take on the Jackson State Tigers. Martin Luther King Day celebration extended. And, Coach, I want to give you an opportunity to reflect on if and what does MLK mean to you and the significance of playing on the day that we recognize as his birth of celebration.
I mean, it means everything. It should mean everything to every red-blooded American. Just what he fought for, what he stood for, equality, and being judged by the content of your character, not the color of your skin. I think that means a lot. And just really fighting for everyone to be treated on a level playing field. Although we both know that that's not the case, but he fought for that, and I think he definitely had a great impact, on our world today. Although he didn't change as much as we would have liked, but he definitely made people think about their actions and some of the things that were being said. So obviously having a chance to go out and play the greatest team sport game in the world, I think today, on a significant day like that means a whole lot to African Americans, to all races, all over the world. So it's an honor, it's a privilege to have this great game and to be able to play it on an American icon like Dr. Martin Luther King is really, really special on both fronts.
Well, the Panthers and the Texas Southern Tigers are tied at the top, 3-1 in conference play. They'll settle things out on the floor on Monday, celebrating Martin Luther King's birthday. Grambling 3-2, as well as Alcorn at 3-2. And just for a moment, Coach, their threes have been off the chart this early in the season. What is going on with that?
I wish I could get a little bit from Alcorn. Not shooting it as well, but I think we do a lot of other things pretty well at the top of a lot of statistical categories. I think Alcorn, the only game they didn't shoot the three very well at all was against us. So I think that may speak volumes about how we defend and how we like to get up and pressure people. But Coach Robinson, he's got them going over there. So I don't know if it's something in the water. If it's something in the chitlins, if it's something in the pig feet, or blackout species, I don't know what it is, but I like to have a little bit of it. It's working pretty well for Alcorn right now.
Yes, sir. It's working real good, and all those side dishes that you had in here, somebody going to start slobbering over this mic, so you better slow that down, Coach. 7:30 tip-off time tomorrow for the Panthers. The Panthers in action, trying to pick up where they left off from on Saturday night. Coach, we thank you so much for joining us on tonight, man, and good luck on tomorrow, okay?
Appreciate you, Mike. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
All right. Coach Byron Smith and the Prairie View A&M University Panthers knocking things out. We're going to knock some things out. Take us a break, and we'll come back with more of the Mike Prince Show live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Keep it right where you got it, and we will be right back. Don't you dare touch that dial.
Serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Let's face it, from time to time, we'll have a need for an attorney, whether it's the case of a DUI, DWI, or any other circumstances that would find you on the other side of the law. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Austin Street, is the one to call. Attorney Lee Van Richardson and his staff are equipped
to help you get through your legal battles. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, 979-826-8008 in Hempstead, Texas.
Hi, this is Tony Hall, and I am calling to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I love you so much, Mr. Dr. Michael Prince. You are amazing. If it wasn't for you giving me the opportunity, I wouldn't be in the position I am now. I am now an intern here in New York City, interning at the Weather Channel doing advertising sales. But if it wasn't for you giving me the first little taste of media and radio, I would not be where I am. And I thank you so much. Like, you gave me a little chance. And it's crazy because it all started with baseball, and you knew I knew nothing about baseball. You know, I was a football person. And you just gave me an opportunity by just listening to you give calls and do calls, and I did calls alongside of you, and like, it was just amazing. It was truly a blessing. It was an honor to just be mentored by someone great like you. You're amazing. I wish you all the best. If it wasn't for Open Mic Broadcast, where would I be? Thank you so much. I love you guys. Peace.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show live here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're rolling right along. We want to thank our guests who have joined us here on tonight. Coach Nikesha Durham of the Waller Bulldogs, and of course, Byron Smith of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. We also want to thank Coach Sean LaBeouf and Sandy Pugh. They're faithful with their reports on our message line, and it's the collaboration of all the coaches throughout the community involved to help us do the things that we're able to do here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We made mention that MLK Day is going to be celebrated and recognized on tomorrow, and it is a day that I don't think we should take lightly, and it's something that we really, really, really ought to be focused and pay attention to. I ran across a song that was floating around, and it was about the importance of voting, and it was a rap song. It's a rap song, and I didn't know how I was going to respond to it, even feel about it, but it was really breaking down some things that could really help us get a better understanding. I'm going to try to get that in tonight, but I want to share this story before I go out. There's a report out that the FBS bowl attendance is down 8%, some 424 plus thousand total attendance. The FCS had a little bit under 200,000. So it was an increase on FCS, a little decrease on the FBS. And we'll, of course, dig into that a little deeper. We got an explosive interview coming up that will be featured on next week with a group out of the East Coast that's going to help break some things down with that. And we got Dr. Timothy Sams, who's going to be on with us to break things down about the Prairie View athletic search. And it's a lot more. Yes, we cover sports. I'm going to say 95 or 85% of what we do. We do talk shows from different backgrounds. We have the ministry involved and community outreach that we do each and every day right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And I'm finding out, and I discovered this a while ago, that even if it doesn't seem like you're doing much, do what you're passionate about, and it will have an impact on someone. The least likely person that you think is paying attention is actually paying attention to you. This microphone is not just solely about entertainment. It's not about going off, but it's about responsibility. It's about leadership. It's about due diligence, and it's about taking care of things that you can help make an impact on, which is leading me back to the MLK sighting or date that we were talking about. Instead of you taking the day off, how about taking the time to reflect on what you can do better, how you can help someone outside your four walls, and how you can be the very best that you can be. This song that I'm about to play is by an author by the name of, what is it? Yellow Man. Is it Yellow Fan. I'm sorry, Yellow Fan. And it's called My Vote Don't Count. I want you guys to check this out, and we'll come right back.
Enough electoral votes, more than 270, more than enough to become the 44th president of the United States. He will be the first African-American president of the United States.
I've been broke all my life, but I kept hope all them nights. You see business in my city? Yeah, they closed all them twice. I was just riding down Salem, all them damn potholes, I can't drive. I know y'all can fix it faster, but I know y'all won't try. Don't nobody care about us. And that's why I don't vote. Voted for Obama back in 2012. I remember that's when I had hope. He was saying, yes, we can. And everybody got less food stamps. And when I turned 21, I was still broke. I'd never vote again. I don't think I ever had a president make my life better. Did it all on my own. Ain't no politician ever do a nice gesture. I don't even know the man's name. I ain't never seen her one time ever. Tell me how she gonna help the city. What I'm supposed to do, write letters? What I'm supposed to do, blame Trump? He ain't never really gave a Ain't nobody raised minimum wage. None of these jobs pay enough. I think they just want to keep us broke, cause they ain't putting nothing in place for us. This how all my people feel, but we gotta learn. We complained enough, let me change it up. Everything I just said, everybody I know think the same way. See, they don't want to see us vote, and we never do, so we see the same thing. But all our votes really do count, and they'll never really let it show. So now I'm finna break it down, cause if I don't, you would probably never know. First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us, it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws. They just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch. Yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do. Okay, y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't never even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws. They the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House make the court calls. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't want to tell you this, they want you to focus on the president. Now the third branch is the judicial, that's judges. They the reason why John Crawford and Trayvon ain't had justice. So when Meek Mill got locked up just for popping willies, we blame the judge and not the city when they let her get voted in, cause they ain't know who to vote against. Imagine life on the other side. Roads better, schools better, everybody get their license back, grocery store food better, custody of your kids back, homeless people get new shelters. If we gon' fix the U.S., we gotta start with them 2 letters, me and you. Somebody told us that the government wanna keep us broke, but the only reason why those people in the government is cause we ain't vote. And I ain't talking about the president, I'm talking about the ones we ain't know. See, they was gonna try to keep it low, but it's gonna hurt them when they see the polls.
Every time you stay home, someone is making a decision about you, making decisions about the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food your kids eat, and how much money you bring home every 2 weeks. So every time you sit out an election, every time you don't show up because you think it doesn't matter, someone else is happy that you didn't show up, so they can make that decision for you. Vote.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I know if you just joined in, you're like, what is he doing? What is he playing? But being that we are on the eve of the celebration of Dr. MLK, I felt it was my duty, my obligation, my responsibility to help us understand that we can make a difference no matter how large or small you believe you are. Yes, we do need to vote. And not just for the president, as you heard the song break down. We have to get involved in our local communities. I'm not saying you have to run for an office, but know who's running for the offices in your local communities. It makes all the difference in the world. It doesn't matter if you're in a small community such as Prairie View, Texas, or a large metropolitan such as New York City. Get out there, know what's going on in your communities, and vote. We owe it to the legend that we recognize in the likes of a Dr. Martin Luther King, Frederick Douglass, and all these other great leaders that have paved the way to help us be able to do what we do in the greatest land of them all. We're going to take us a break, and when I come back, we're going to break down our final segment. You listen to the Mike Prince Show live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Keep it where you got it, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Mike. Just wanted to take
Love listening to Mike Prince and the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Broadcasters come into our lives on radio and TV, bringing us information and entertainment. Broadcasters are there for us, but who is there for them when they fall on hard times? The Broadcasters Foundation of America provides financial assistance to broadcasters in acute need due to a critical illness, accident, or other serious misfortune. If you know of a broadcaster on the air or behind the scenes who may need our help, please share our message. Visit broadcastersfoundation.org.
Be the one with courage to fight child abuse.
All Texans must find the courage to fight child abuse.
Learn the signs and symptoms and report suspected abuse to appropriate authorities.
Learn and know these warning signs.
A child who undergoes changes in behavior, appetite, or routine.
Watch for unexplained injuries, a change in academic performance, or loss of interest by a child in regular activities.
Trust your instincts. If you suspect something, do something.
If you believe a child is in an abusive situation, please call the Texas Abuse Hotline at 1-800-252-5400.
Be the one with courage. To find your local Children's Advocacy Center, visit onewithcourage.org.
On behalf of children, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have sports, we'll travel. The Open Mic Broadcast Network serving student athletes from Little League, high school, and collegiate coverage right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. From coast to coast, from dusk till dawn. You can catch all student athletic action right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Our final segment of the night, the Mike Prince Show, coming to you live Sunday nights at 9 p.m. You can join us each and every day, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We want to thank our sponsors who help make things possible. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. We also like to thank Diva Skin Conditioners. Diva Skin Conditioners located at divafeet.com. That's DIVAH feet.com. If you or someone you know are being under the attacks of diabetes and the cause and effects it can have on your skin, drying out and creating eczema, you need to go to that website, divafeet.com, or you can call and speak with a representative at 903-270-0026. We want to thank Prairie View Athletic Club, serving student athletes since 1986. If you want to become a member, find out how you can help be a part of a moving group toward excellence when it comes to serving Prairie View student athletics. You need to dial 936-857-5817. A Temple of Refuge Ministries located in Prairie View, Texas, and a big supporter of the Prairie View athletic family. And we like to welcome Brazos Valley Credit Union. They have several locations throughout Katy, Rosenberg, Brenham, Bryan, College Station, and the newest location in Waller, located at 2038 Mills Road. Toll-free number for a location nearest you is 855-391-2149. And that is how we get her done here at the Mike Prince Show and the Open Mic Broadcast Network. If you or your group would like to be a part of our packages that we have available, simply get in contact with me at 832-213-8824. Well, the stage is set for Monday night action between Jackson State and Prairie View. A lot of basketball left in this first half, if you would. Other games that will be taking place: Southern will be at Mississippi Valley. Alcorn will be at Arkansas Pine Bluff. Texas Southern will be at Grambling. And on the next upcoming Saturday, you'll have Alabama A&M taking on Alcorn. Grambling will be at Jackson. Alabama State at Southern. Pine Bluff will be at Prairie View. And Mississippi Valley will be at Texas Southern. So things are heating up, things are gathering up, and we are mighty, mighty glad that you will be with us as we get ready to take this journey. Don't forget, this week coming up on Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days, we're going to have Dr. Timothy Sams. He'll be speaking to us about the athletic director search for Prairie View A&M University. We're going to hear from Ray Katz. He is one of the chief officers for the College Sports Management Group. Very interesting information that we have about that one. And we got a few other guests up our sleeve that I'm not going to tell you about just yet. But I am going to exit stage left. I want to thank our guest on tonight, women's basketball coach for the Lady Bulldogs of Waller, Miss Nikesha Durham, head basketball coach of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, Byron Smith. And we want to thank Coach Sean LaBeouf and Sandy Pugh for coming in with their basketball report. Don't forget our 24-hour message line for you to leave your questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns, suggestions on how this show could be run better. Call 713-570-6736. I've got to go. My time is up for now, but until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.